And heading to Mauritius, the president of the country is expected to resign this week, and that's according to the island country's Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth. Now, Ameenah Gurib-Fakim has been accused of using a bank card provided by a charity to make personal purchases worth tens of thousands of dollars. Gurib-Fakim has agreed to step down after the country's 50-year independence celebrations. Of course, the president of Mauritius has since denied any wrongdoing, and she said she had refunded all the money. Gurib-Fakim became the first woman to be appointed president of Mauritius. Well, Angelo Coppola joins us in Johannesburg with more on this. Angelo, you're very welcome to the show. Now, under President Gurib-Fakim, we know Mauritius was regarded as somewhat of a success story in terms of good governance and transparency in Africa. So what does this reveal about the country's power dynamics?
Well, some would say that it's a good thing that it's been brought out into the open as quickly as it has done, but it's not a once-off event. Corruption allegations have also dogged the former Prime Minister, Nabin Ramgoolam. In September, there was also the issue with the Mauritian Attorney General, who stepped down to allow an investigation into allegations of money laundering. And he was the second member of the Mauritian cabinet to step down over allegations of financial impropriety after the environmental minister there, Raj Dayal, quit due to claims that he demanded a $30,000 bribe, as it were, to grant a license. And in June last year, of course, the Supreme Court also granted permission to the state prosecutor to challenge the president's acquittal of a corruption charge that he was found guilty on. There, the Supreme Court found that the president, in fact, was guilty of using his influence as finance minister to persuade the government to acquire a medical clinic in 2010 that was partly owned by his brother-in-law. So there appears to be a lot at play. There are a lot of issues, and the good thing is, though, that it's been brought out into the open and the judiciary seems to be dealing with it, Uche.
Now, as you mentioned, Angelo, corruption certainly seems to be an issue in Mauritius now. And we know this situation with the president, it goes deeper than just a shopping spree. She's also accused of using her influence to help private citizens and controversial businessmen. So could this indicate a rot in the country's financial sector?
Well, look, I mean, in terms of the PM there, it does appear that it was a bit more of a shop than a shopping spree. It was more like a planned and carefully thought out expedition that lasted about 4 months. Shopping in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Lucknow, Washington, Beijing. In fact, it was Budapest and Rome. So it turns out that the credit card was provided by an Angolan business person who may have sought some assistance in certain business ventures in Mauritius. Of course, he probably hitched his pony to the wrong ride because that is really a ceremonial position that she holds. The business environment, as you know, is very attractive to foreign business people. It ranks highly for ease of doing business. And there's an extensive government incentive program in place which is aimed at attracting businesses to establish their headquarters on the island. As to a rotten in the financial sector, that might be a little bit overdone. Some consider Mauritius to be a tax haven, and that has a huge number of negative connotations to it. But overall, it does seem like it's a thriving economy, Uche.
Now, Angela, looking forward, Gurib-Fakim, she's yet to resign from her post. The PM has confirmed she'll be doing so soon. So what next for Mauritius?
Well, look, I mean, they agreed on Friday that she would have to go. That was the cabinet and the leader of the country after those 50th anniversary celebrations, which end this evening. But it appears that the PM isn't going quietly. 2 days ago, she indicated on Twitter that she was still PM and wasn't planning on going anywhere anytime soon. Just yet, anyway. Whether she does go or doesn't go remains to be seen. Whether this is just talk and bluster, we also don't know. But the suggestions are that she won't go quietly. In terms of the Mauritian economy, of course, it has a lot going for it. It's valued at around $12 billion. It's dependent on sugar and tourism and manufacturing, as well as the financial services sector, as you know. And according to the African Development Bank, it ranks as the most competitive economy in sub-Saharan Africa, and in many ways it's taken over from South Africa as the continent's economic and financial hub because of its location, of course, and the friendly business environment. So there's a lot at stake here, but it does seem to be on track still, despite these little bumps in the road.
Well, we'll certainly be watching. Many thanks, Angelo, as always, for your insights. Angelo Coppola joining us there in Johannesburg.